that the series just isn't for me anymore. Where the fuck did you? No. Especially if
Go bomb anyone or be a mass bomber.
not-
Do not go
please-
commit the murders.
please FBI, do not kill. Yeah, well, Activision sucks at. Well,
They
Activision
can't.
just
They
sucks.
can't.
I could just stop it there, honestly.
Not the good kind of suck. They use teeth.
Thank you.
Waiting for that text. This is from my FBI agent. Shut the fuck up.
It's like, dude, shut up. You're gonna ruin it for both of us.
CIA agent going, yeah, dude, what the fuck? We talked about this. Oh, damn it. Apparently, your explain to me and the rest of the chat didn't get recorded because I hit the wrong buttons. So I unmuted my cam link and unmuted and muted. It kept the desktop audio muted, even though that.
Oh, them's how these podcasts go sometimes.
This is what happens when you do things on live and on the fly. Stream somehow muted itself. What?
It's going great so far, everybody.
No, I think I think Z muted his stream somehow now. But the echo was because it was picking up this camera up here and my mic. Go figure. That's my bad.
that's mob bad.
Oh, and then on his end he muted himself. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, Techtown got banned for telling them that they're, women of the night and, that they're predatory, which
I will not deny or confirm what he said.
yeah.
That is my stance, because Twitch, please don't be mean.
Be mean to me. Don't be mean to anyone else. You can be mean to me. I can take it.
I am a good little bird man. I don't. But yeah, no. I do feel like things like OF can be pretty predatory. I won't deny that.
I do too. I think again, it comes down to that weird thing of like people who do it. Technically, there's a lot of people on OF that aren't showing off their body. They're actually doing things that are respectable, or making jokes like showing off one's meat and then talking about a ribeye. Making those jokes and being like, talking about, oh, I'm gonna show you my meat. This is a 12-ounce sirloin.
Let's say whips out the steak.
So, you can do things like that, but what's it mainly known for? Well,
prawn.
Yeah, very much prawn. Very much the insertions of things into other things.
Mm-hmm.
So, it can be very predatory, and especially if you're someone that does that and you stream on Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
and you're doing stuff to promote it. And come on, there's not everyone on Twitch is 18. Okay, some of them are younger.
Yeah, that's like keep that off your Twitch. If you're gonna advertise for your OF, advertise somewhere, especially if you're going to be doing the prawn side of things. Advertise somewhere where adults would see it. Where realistically it should only be adults that see it, but
yeah,
it's the internet at the end of the day.
Yep. I mean, listen, I still use Twitter a lot, and there's a lot of people I follow that are 18 plus, minors do not enter, and they're like, I don't get it. I have everything plastered. If you're not 18, or older don't enter, don't view my content, don't do anything. And they're like, yeah, I've got like a 15-year-old like, oh, you're really hot, ma'am.
Yeah, it's
Blocked, banned,
it's
bye.
a s- it's a special place, isn't it?
Oh, it is. I love it. It's like watching a train wreck unfold every single day. You can't.
It's it's disgusting, but you can't look away.
I tell you, sometimes I make the joke about this. Sometimes I get on X/Twitter, and my feed goes from VTubers to gun stuff to porn to murder of some sorts, whether it's someone shooting someone or a lion killing something, or
hmm
yeah. I'm like, why is my feed jumping like this? I don't even. Okay, whatever. I'm done. That's enough internet for the next hour or two. Then I'll get back on and it'll reset.
XB Wild, man. XB Wild.
It's the Wild West. I love it.
Mm.
Not to mention I get to see some really cool gun stuff. And then I get to see some cursed gun images. Then I'm like, oh,
I do enjoy me some cursed from time to time.
yeah. Cursed images in general can be just, you're like, oh, why can't I look away from
those
this?
I was gonna say, those are literal train wrecks. They're so fascinating that you can't look away, but you know that it's just wrong.
100%. It's hilarious. You're like, oh, man, that's pretty. Oh, oh God. Oh, oh, it's
It
consuming my
basically
soul.
you're like going through the 5 stages of grief looking at one picture.
It's like those TikToks that I always love. The left brain sees, an eagle. The right side brain or right brain person sees a cow, and it's like, Master Chief standing is doing his Halo 2 look formed
Mhm.
in the form of clouds, and everyone's like, why are you doing
Gotta
this to
love
me?
you gotta love that stuff, man. It just it hurts.
It hurt.
It
It
hurts.
hurts. It hurts so good, but it hurts. So yeah. Yeah. Again, the funny part with Tectone, was it deserved? I don't think so, but Twitch says he deserved it. So I'm not gonna say Twitch knows best, because Twitch doesn't know best. To be honest. What?
Wait, don't you mean praise the Twitch
Yeah.
overlord?
Pray Dan, whatever the CEO Twitch
Yeah,
is. I don't
what
know your
praise
name.
praise
Praise
what's his
him.
face?
Yes, praise.
Praise be Twitch.
Praise be to our Twitch overlords.
I for one welcome our Twitch overlords. I actually don't. Shh,
We're part of
don't
the
tell them.
resistance. I mean, what? Huh? Hi.
I mean, yeah. Oh, hey, right. Oh, hey, chat. I didn't see you there.
Yeah. Again, it is what it is. It happens.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I will say, I think it's very silly, but eh, I
You,
I don't know.
yeah, it's one of those weird ones. You technically attack someone's
Yeah.
personality in a weird way that they got offended. They're allowed to sit there and go, "I don't like you, and you should be banned. You should be banned off the platform for a little bit." Okay, cool. I still am allowed to call you those words,
Yeah.
technically. Just saying, but yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying, it is what it is. But yeah, that's an interesting little one. But that's pretty much the only thing I got. I normally I won't pay attention to the bands a lot unless it's someone I know or someone that I'm like, really? Why'd they get banned?
hmm
It's like if Pirate Software gets banned for some odd reason, I'd be like, where did he get banned? Or like certain VTubers I know and be like, Well, some of those VTubers that get banned, I'm like, oh, you showed off too much thigh. Sorry,
Yeah,
you got banned for no
can't
reason
show off
except
the
for
thigh.
you can't show off anime thigh.
It's against the
Against the
rules.
rules, you can't be an anime character and show off thighs.
Yeah. A perfectly normal human being sitting in a hot tub in a bikini on
Perfectly fine.
stream, perfectly fine. Anime thighs, get that shit out of here.
Especially if you pay your VTuber in like a pool and it's like, look, I'm in a pool. Nope, anime thighs are banned. Thigh and hips. Because I don't get Twitch.
Neither
I
do
will
I.
never get Twitch.
I enjoy streaming, but I do not get Twitch whatsoever.
I don't get the rules. That's the only thing I don't get. But all right. So the next thing, I guess, yeah, we could just jump right into I'm sure we'll probably delve into this later at some point in time with more people, but you and I talked a little bit about this, but gatekeeping overall.
Ooh,
Gatekeeping in
gatekeeping.
yeah, into sorry, I got confused. I looked and it gave me I'm not on.
Bear with
Oh,
us a moment.
yeah, apparently it did not save. Apparently it did not save something, so
Hmm.
oh my god. It saved that. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently it did not. I had to close down the browser. But apparently it did not uh save my Twitch settings.
Oof. Again, don't understand you, Twitch.
No, I don't either. I was sitting there, I'm looking, I'm like, why is the Discord saying that I'm live with 14? We're not live with 14.
I was going to mention it, but I didn't want to.
You're fine. Yeah, I'm looking because I saw. I'm like, oh, you said something. I'm like, wait, why is it saying now streaming again? And what? Huh? Uh,
I'm
Confused.
so confused.
Anyways, gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping, yes.
Yeah,
It's a very reasonable thing to do depending on the situation. At least this is my take on gatekeeping. Don't gatekeep anyone that's genuinely interested in trying to get into something, but they know nothing about it. Like, for instance, I'll just use Monster Hunter as an example. I've seen ever since joining Discord, I've seen so many new people getting into Monster Hunter, and it's been such a good time to see and new people learn the series and show genuine enthusiasm. Are there people that don't really care too much? They just want to do it because they see everyone else playing it? Yeah, but they're that's not really much of a
it,
much of
y- it's a good example of like
mm,
you should let people in. In an aspect of like taking the devil's advocate of you should gatekeep. Time for me to get some heat here.
go ahead.
Simple part. You should gatekeep. You really like every community should be gatekeeping to a point, period, end of story. Normies ruin everything, okay?
Mm, I can see that.
If you and the baiting thing is like it's okay to have people start coming in and filtering people and letting people come into like a space that you thoroughly enjoy watching anime, playing video games, stuff like that, comic books, what it is. Um,
Mhm.
but the more popular it gets, the more mainstream it gets, the more the normies, as we've been starting to call them, start filtering in, and you can't stop that. At a certain point,
That I
you have to go, no, stop, get away from our thing, you're ruining it. And if they sit there and go, well, you're not being very nice. No, I'm being nice by asking you. If you want me to, I
Mhm.
can just kick you out the door.
That is very true. I Going back to the whole Monster Hunter thing, I've seen so many people, uh, having grievances with the way Monster Hunter has been going since World, and while I personally have issues with current Monster Hunter, I still do relatively enjoy it. That being said, I have heard so many people tell people that have complaints with current gen Monster Hunter, basically, oh well, then the series just isn't for you anymore. It's like, excuse the fuck me. I have been playing this series since Freedom. You're telling me just because I have some grievances with the way current gen Monster Hunter is that the series just isn't for me anymore? The f- where the fuck did you no, 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 especially if it's someone that started with World. It's like, no, fuck you. You don't have the right to tell me that the series isn't for me anymore.
Yeah, like that's where like the normie thing comes in. When the general populace comes bursting in, and they're like, and of course, obviously, some games are going to be made easier so more people can get into it. Like Wilds, I think Wilds is
Mhm.
still a great game, but honestly, I'm like, this was
It's
kind
a bit
of
brain
like,
dead.
this is kind of brain dead. I'm not gonna lie, like arc tempered right out was difficult. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, it wasn't like I still one shot it. Yeah, I died twice, but I still one shot it. It was one hunt on that. It wasn't
Mhm.
like going in to do an arc tempered and you're like 4 or 5 hunts in going, I'm struggling or more, depending on like certain generations.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter 4 generations is a great example of like you go into certain things and you are ill equipped or ill prepared. You're just like beating your head into a wall. It's like playing Dark Souls. You're just
I
beating your
still
head
have
into a wall until you're like, oh, that's what I need to do.
I still have nightmares of G rank hyper monsters from Gen Ultimate.
So, normies do ruin things. Again, I also, big into anime. I love anime. I love watching so many animes, and there's a lot, it's become more popular.
Mhm.
I'm also the weird person that if they're normie that thinks, Sword Art Online is like the best anime ever made. I'm like, oh, you really like Art Online? Okay, here. I got an anime you need to watch. It's a great anime. It's a romance anime, so it's not up there in action, but it's a great romance anime. Watch Biku no Poku.
Oh,
Pico. Boku no Pico.
no, don't bring that. The worst part is I remember for years that was my go-to joke answer whenever someone's like, "I don't watch anime, but I've been wanting to get into it." Go watch Boku
Boku
no
no
Pico. You'll
Pico.
love it. You'll fucking love it, I promise.
Yeah, that's one that and the people that like come back and they're like, I hate you for that. You made me watch. I'm like, yeah, like yeah. I'm like,
It makes me laugh.
I always tell people if they come back to me after and they tell me they hate me, but now they want to actually watch like darker and more story written animes. I'm like, okay, you deserve to be in here and you just suffer through pain and you still want to be around here. Come on in. Let's actually get you some good anime that's not Sword Art Online. The ones that sit there
Oh
and
man.
go, the fuck did I just want? No, I don't want to be part of anime. Yeah, go. Bye. We don't want you in here because that's a portion of anime you have to deal with. It might not be something you like, but it is there
Yeah.
in the universe. And then you
Like
get the sick twisted freaks that are like, "Oh, I love that. That was such a good. Are you Are you joking? Are you being
It's like, I hope you're
sarcastic?
joking. I hope you're fucking joking.
You're not. Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
You've ever it's,
Look
you
at the
ever heard of it?
flowers. Just
Don't worry. Fluff brought up an anime once that she wholeheartedly recommends never watching. It's Pupa.
I. Mm,
It's if anyone here doesn't know, Pupa is an anime about a girl who's turning into a monster, and she has to eat her brother to survive. Her brother can't be killed, so he allows her to just constantly eat parts of him to keep herself alive, and it's just people like to call it corpse party torture porn. I feel like that
cor-
kind of yeah.
corpse party is torture porn done well. It, it's trust me, if you ever watch it, you're like, this is just, but it makes sense.
The
But
anime pisses me off.
it does. It pisses a lot of people off.
Listen, corpse party, play the game, don't watch the
Yeah,
anime.
100%. That's one of those. It's like Danganronpa. Watch season or Danganronpa, the anime, but don't watch Danganronpa 3 because the game's like 100 times better. So
Danganronpa V3 is an awful game.
the anime was way worse than that. So
You know what? I will give you that.
the
I
anime,
will
you're
give
like,
you that.
listen, I know the game wasn't great, but
I'd rather take that over the anime.
if you want, like if you really want to torture someone and they're like, you're like, oh cool, blah blah. Oh, you like action animes, and you know that they don't like grotesque or like practically murder porn at this point, like just killing for killing's sake. Have them watch Blood Sea.
Dude, I have seen so many clips of that recently, which it's just making me laugh. The most prominent one I've been seeing is when dude is trying to run up some stairs and he just gets blasted.
The one that always pops up that anytime I'm like thinking about animes and everything, I'm like, blah, blah, I'm like, what haven't I watched in a while? I'll scroll through, and the one clip for Bloodseed that always pops up is the twins and the weird dog demon that picks up the one twin and wishbones her.
Oh, yep.
That one. Every single time I'm like, yep, that's right. That's why I don't watch that. Like, I love Blood. Blood the anime, the movie, that one was awesome. Blood Sea,
Mhm.
mm,
Keep in mind, everybody, Blood Sea aired on Adult Swim, so it was allowed on TV, mostly uncensored.
mostly uncensored. There's some stuff they're like, like some of the last few episodes get a little, yeah. If
Yeah,
you've never watched the anime, I'm not going to suggest that you watch it, but if you can get through it, if you can stomach it, it's not a bad watch. If you can stomach it.
yeah. That's if you can stomach it.
All I can think of is in the last few episodes, the blender.
I kind of wanted to forget that existed, to be honest with you.
uh, but yeah. Again, those are good ways of forcing people out. Some people will be like, "Oh, wait, this is some of the stuff that you can get in anime." I'm all for it. You're like, you're a
You're
serial killer.
you're a fucking sicko. But here you go. Here's some more anime.
Yeah, here's some more. Another one for killing sake. Kingdom of Ruin. I got through
Mm.
episode 5. I was just like, I'm done with this. I can't keep watching this. This is just, oh,
You
this is
want
too
Final
much.
Destination and you want Final Destination, but in anime form? Watch another.
Oh, another was so good. It's also really sad too, but it is very much Final Destination anime edition.
Listen,
Oh my
the
god.
the Thunderbolt will always be my favorite
I
scene in that entire anime,
no,
just because how out of nowhere it was.
the Umbrella one was really good too.
Oh, my neck every
Yeah,
time.
Every time I see that, every time I see like an umbrella drop down the stairs, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going
Yeah,
to, I'm gonna
I
go somewhere else. No,
I like reach for my neck every time I think about that scene because it's just so.
that
Same
one
with
is
the same with the
rough.
same with the teacher and the butcher knife.
hmm there's a lot of another is really good. I will always recommend another because it really is. It's like, hey, Final Destination as an anime, and it was done really well. And some of the deaths, you're just like, this is huh, huh.
Yeah,
What? Final Destination logic. That's going to come for you one way or another.
super sad, but also really
Really
just
good.
enjoyable. there's there's a beach episode, but it's not a very fun one.
It's one of the beach episodes everyone avoids watching. Hey, they
Yeah,
got a beach episode.
but you know the rules. If it's an anime, it's gotta have a beach episode.
You might not like the beach episode, but I know there's someone that's like, oh yeah, this is my shit. This is how a beach episode should be.
Oh yeah, this is my fucking jam right here.
I mean, you get animes like Grand Blue, whose beach episode has nothing to do with the actual main character, but the female version of the main character, so they can have a beach episode with nothing but women and a couple of men that like doing after certain women.
Rip Gran.
Poor Grand. Okay, Jita takes your place. What's up, Mecca? All right. But yeah, like gatekeeping can be good. And again, in any type of community, it can be a good thing. It can also be a
Mhm.
very detrimental thing if you don't let people in.
The community can never grow.
Yeah, and it dies off. So
Yeah,
you have to kind of again, it's a double-edged sword. You have to let people in, but you can't let too many people in. And it's this really weird balance, and you can't control it because, well, you don't know everyone in the community and you don't know who they're letting in, and it,
yeah.
it spirals downhill really fast. So it's a constant fight. Jeez, phonetic. So yeah, again, I will always state it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. If done right, you can continue to grow, but you just got to take care of yourself and the people around you and the community, because then you get normies coming in, and then you get things like Concord.
You mean the game that lasted not even a week?
It lasted more than a week. But it didn't make it to 2 weeks. And now apparently people who worked on that game are selling their like release plaques
Mhm.
to like Goodwill.
Was it what was it like? It was like 60 million or something like that. Is how
No,
much it cost them to bit make?
like 250 million
250. Oh yeah, 250 million to make down the drain.
down the drain.
I guess some games can't be as lucky as like No Man's Sky.
I don't think that. Yeah, I think that game was doomed from the start. I think with how they approached it completely was it was doomed from the start.
The fact that it was yet another hero shooter that was going up against the most popular hero shooter that is free while costing money.
And then they had
Yeah.
another hero shooter right around the bend that was already getting a lot of hype.
Mhm.
And again, Concord
Free to
costs
play.
Concord costs $40. Overwatch and Marvel Rivals are free to play.
Don't don't worry. Before the server shut down, I've seen quite a few people locally on like Facebook Marketplace selling their copies of Concord for like $300. That's an expensive drink coaster, my friend.
100%. Very expensive drink coaster. I mean, I have one somewhere called Paragon. That game was amazing, but fuck you, Epic.
Get fucked, Epic. You guys give away free shit, but fuck you.
Yeah, Sumter Freesia is really nice, but Paragon. I think Paragon was a great addition to that genre of games. The MOBA aspect games. It was doing
Mhm.
really well, but it wasn't hitting the numbers they wanted to hit. And you know how some of these companies are. Well, it's not hitting Riot's numbers for League of Legends, so the game's a failure.
Yeah, and that's a depressing thought to have, is that so many companies just want to get the success that other companies are getting. Look at how many look at how many Pokemon clones have been around
Hmm.
since, Red and Blue came out. How many of them do you hear about anymore?
Zero.
Because even the most successful ones like Tim or I think that's it.
Yeah,
Tim's like the most successful clone.
the only one that's more modernized uh Pokemon is Hell World, and that survives just because it's got the same concept, but it's completely different in
I
almost
was about
every
to
other
say
aspect.
I wouldn't even call it a Pokemon clone. It's more of an Arc clone. Just replace the dinos with
With pals,
bootleg, yeah,
with
with
bootleg
pals, and
Pokemon, yeah.
yeah. That always made me laugh as people are all like, "Oh, it's Pokemon with guns." It really isn't.
No, and I remember when that came out, people were like, "Yeah, well, you don't even get a gun until like you're like mid tier, mid to late tier, or mid tier, and even then, it's like a musket. It's not
Yeah,
even a good gun."
it's a single shot gun and it sucks.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's powerful, but the fact that you have to,
blam. Hold on,
yeah,
let me reload. Don't hold on. Can I
yeah,
reload?
yeah, don't move. Let me reload first.
That's yeah. Again, but something that's something that's good that comes from gatekeeping, from letting the right people in. Again,
Hmm.
good example, Pal World. Bad example, Concord. Weird.
I think,
Good example of letting people into space and into anime and games. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Bad example, Devil May Cry.
I still haven't seen it. I keep telling myself I'm gonna watch it just for curiosity's sake, and then I sit there and think to myself, but I could just watch the older Devil May Cry instead.
At least Dante is Dante,
Or,
Lady's Lady, and Trish is in that one too. So you get
hmm
three main characters of Devil May Cry. Three great characters. It's not
hmm
super well written, but
it's it's a fun,
it definitely
stupid
is.
anime.
That's actually the anime I should be watching. So I've been on a kick. I've been watching Castle again because I'm like, I want to watch something that's kind of mind numbing, funny, and has some serious tones. Castle, that's a
Hmm.
good show. And then I stopped. I just thought about this. I haven't watched Gungrave in years now. I should go back and
I'm
watch Gungrave.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I forgot Gungrave existed until Gungrave Gore came out, and I was like, wait a minute, wasn't that an anime at one point?
Hmm.
Turns out
The
it was.
the anime is so good, and it's so weird because like the games and the anime are almost completely just they're so different, but they're connected in a weird way. But you don't have to watch the anime to understand the games because the games explain their own selves. But the anime is so good, and it's just a good like mafia style story line. So if you
Do you
ever
want to?
get a chance, you gotta watch it.
I do. I do have to eventually get around to it. You another good dumb shut off your brain and laugh anime. Sergeant Frog.
Sergeant Frog is another good one. Yep.
Now, my problem with Sergeant Frog is I prefer it because this is a rare example. I actually prefer the dub because of all the stupid jokes they added into the dub. because keep in mind the dub is old. The dub is newer than
The
the
sub.
sub, because I think the sub was like 2004 ish, and then the dub was 2008.
Yep.
But sadly, Funimation never finished the dub. So if you want, in my opinion, the superior way to watch it, you are going to be missing out on quite a lot because there's only, I think, 70 something episodes that were ever dubbed.
Yeah, and isn't it like over 100?
It's like, I think,
Or
200.
no, I will say if you ever want to watch something that's just balls to the wall, just off the rails, hilarious, and the actual anime is horrible, but the dub makes it 9,000 times better. Ghost Stories.
Yes. Yes. Oh, man.
I want to make some.
Catchy
I want to make some jokes, but I don't. We don't have a black friend in here.
Fucking Ketchero can't speak. Just every time something happens and he's around, I always just wait for him to go.
I just think of yeah, two scenes. I'm not gonna say, but the other scene. Damn, nice ass. Do not lust after one's do not lust after one's heart. And damn, that is a nice ass. Just
That show is so just all the jokes in that show are so out of left field, and the funniest part is the longer it goes, the more deranged it becomes.
comes. It's just the best part is because the creator of Ghost Stories, the actual manga, hated the anime adaptation because it stuck nothing close to. And this was a common issue back then. Is they'd adapt something into an anime and they didn't stay anywhere near the storyline. So he
Mhm.
hated it, and then he got picked up by the Americans. So he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be even worse in English." And apparently, when the dubbing studio got it, they were looking at the scripts like, "This is horrible. Oh, we can't make this. We can't do this." Blah blah. And apparently, they reached out and were like, "Can we like change the script completely? Are you okay? You're the creator. Are you okay with this? Because we can't do anything with this. We're actually just going to start making jokes about this." And he's like, "Sure, it can't be any worse than what it was out here." And then he watched like the first few episodes after they were dubbed and
Mhm.
got the subtitles of that. And apparently he was like, "I love it. It's the best way of taking this horrible creation of my storyline and just making fun of it." And I loved it. I'm like,
Yeah, his own literally his only stipulation to the dubbing team was that the names of the people, the names of the ghosts, and the way the ghosts were defeated had to be the same, but they were allowed to go fucking
what?
wild.
Yeah, balls to the wall. Just have fun with it.
And he loved it so much that he commissioned to have it redubbed back into Japanese for the Japanese audience. And it was, oh man, Ghost Stories. That is that's an annual watch for me. I love that stupid show so much.
I gotta make that one joke. Run like there's a big black man running, chasing after you.
Ugh. Well, at
Oh,
least we know he's not racist.
only 0.1 second faster. Well, at least we know he's not racist.
Oh man, there's so many
Oh,
good jokes
that
in that show.
that show is just you watch it and you're just if you're not rolling, you've got no humor. Okay,
I will say this, if you are easily offended, do not watch it.
that's true.
There 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 are a lot of jokes that, because this is an early 2000s
Yeah,
dub.
this is
There's a
very
lot of jokes
much
that wouldn't fly.
this is very much a like South Park at its peak era of like making
Mhm.
jokes and just we're gonna make jokes and people are gonna get mad and the people that aren't going to be mad are going to be rolling.
Mhm.
That's why one of the stipulations to my son, like, hey, don't marry a woman if she gets offended at Blazing Saddles.
Dude, Shiratabi, the episode with Shiratabi.
Oh,
That
I
there are
realize now that
we can't be together, not because you're a
I
rabbit,
mean,
but because
because
you're
you're
black.
black. The
Or
fact
the
that
for
her voice literally drops when she says that. I'm like, why? Oh, uh,
Oh god, I love ghost stories so
Ghost
much. It's
Stories
so
is
stupid.
it's so
That
bad. It's good. Oh,
I
I'm
miss
just like, I'm crying right now.
I missed his little voice, his laugh, his commands, touch
With
me.
me.
His reprimands, touch me harder.
Damn. What's it say? I don't know. It's all in Japanese. Damn foreigners.
Oh man, just the fact that
Uh,
that it also just pokes fun at anime itself with like their stupid expressions and shit. Ah, damn anime! Look what you did to my eyes again.
yeah, calling out the drawings that sometimes artwork wasn't correct, so like eyes get messed up.
Hmm.
You smoked the whole thing. Uh,
Man,
Ghost Stories. Oh
so
my
many
god.
so many good moments with Leo too.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Everything about Ghost Stories. Again, if you're easily offended, I'm sorry. You should probably not watch it, but if you can take a joke,
Mhm.
I highly recommend watching Ghost Stories. That
Yeah,
yeah.
it's one of those once in a lifetime animes. It really is.
It really
But
was. It really was one of those. They went so off the wall that the creator was like, "I love it," and you know, this was our stipulations. You just took with it and you kept true to the stipulations. So, F it. You're good. I love it. I'm dying. Let's redub it for for Japan.
mhm,
You know, and there are three versions of Ghost Stories. There's the original sub,
mhm.
the dubbed, and then the resub. So
I've been tempted to go watch the original sub just to see, because because originally it was literally just a little like ghost story adventure. It
it,
was boring from what I've heard.
it's supposed to be a horror, like a high school horror story.
Yeah.
Um, where the kids go about and they have to solve these mysteries, but it is a horror story, and they're actually like struggling to solve these things and get them done. You know, with the fact that there was apparently, I guess in the manga, a couple of the characters actually die. I wouldn't
Oof.
be surprised, but they adapted it completely different. But yeah, it's supposed to be a horror story. So
You wouldn't know it watching the dub.
no, you wouldn't you'd be like, supposed to be a comedy because I'm dying here. So yeah, again, good thing. Going back to the original topic of gatekeeping, good,
Yeah.
keeping is a good and bad thing. You can get some really good things from gatekeeping. You also can get some bad things from not gatekeeping, and vice versa. You can get some really bad things from gatekeeping, like never growing bigger and having like a bigger fan base and having more people interested in it.
Hmm.
But in a good thing, you can have more people come in and come up with amazing ideas. Granted, like, and we're about to get the Magic the Gathering set for Final Fantasy. One of the greatest things that I can't wait for, we got something really amazing, which was uh well, I won't say it's amazing. I'm classic Magic the Gathering, 6 card decks, you know, four of each card if you want, this and that, unless there's stipulations. Um,
Hmm.
but Commander decks really have elevated Magic the Gathering. And Commander was something that was created by the community back when I was in high school. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing. It can be. it's a good thing to let people in, but it's also a bad thing. So it's again, it's a very hard double-edged sword that you have to balance that you'll never balance.
Yeah, it's a razor thin edge between gatekeeping ruining a community and gatekeeping saving a community.
Mm-hmm. It really is. Granted, nowadays we're getting to the point where in the gaming industry at least, we're pushing out those uh for lack of better words, for the modern audience. Sorry,
Mm.
I can't help but like make fun of that. This game's for the modern audience. That's not who you should be making it for gamers and adding in elements to
Yeah.
attract more people in. That's what you should do. You shouldn't be like, well, the 1%, yeah, we're making this game for the 1%. Fuck the rest of you. Okay, cool. How'd that go, Concord?
Actually, since I'm playing it, um, this is actually a relatively I think it's a decent example of making a game that that caters to that perfectly caters to all audiences. Division 2.
Yeah.
There are people out there that are actually upset at Division 2 because there's a lot of women that are roaming the streets in the game. It's like, why though? Why are you upset about that? That's a legit if this were to really happen,
If that were the case, there'd be a lot more women roaming the
yeah,
streets because a
there,
lot of the
there,
men would have died
yeah, I was about to say
because we're dumb.
anyone that's yes, no, I was gonna say because anybody that is able to fight would be fighting.
Mm-hmm. Now, with that said, would there be female fighters? Obviously, we know
Mhm.
that there would be, but it's one of those things. Commonly, you'd see a lot more civilian
Yeah.
women versus civilian men. There'd still be civilian men. It just,
Hmm. Hmm.
and then there'd be combative women and combative men. It'd be the opposite way. More combative men than women, but they'd still be there. It's not
Yeah.
saying one way or the other. It's just that's how it would be. Kind of
Yeah.
is. We're kind of men are kind of hardwired to go out there and fight and die. It's kind
It's
of
because we're
our thing.
stupid.
Yeah,
I'll be the first to admit it. We are stupid.
there's a reason why women live longer than men.
Yeah. I feel bad for Fluff. She's gonna be alive way past me simply because of how stupid I am.
Yeah.
Li- listen, chat. If you don't know me, I am stupid. Like I am very stupid. Like I am panda levels of stupid, where I should not be allowed to be alone.
Yeah, but pandas are never mind. Pandas are fucking retarded. They're fucking smooth brain beyond. They're smooth brain. Smooth brains look smart. Okay,
Mm,
I would
this is
know. I'm
true.
pretty smooth brain. I've got a lot of knowledge. That's all in one wrinkle. That's all. And it's dumb knowledge. It's not even good knowledge.
I was about to say most of the knowledge I have is completely useless, but it's knowledge, I guess.
Hey, listen, I've committed that it's back here somewhere, but I've committed that Konami code to memory. You never know.
Never know when you're gonna need it.
You never know when you're gonna need the Konami code. Might be the reason why I couldn't be like a mass bomber. Everybody be like, God, how do we figure it out? And they'd open up the bomb like blah blah, and they'd see like the directional pads in A and a B, and they'd be like, oh, this fucking
Konami code.
retard.
Well, we fucking know who it is.
But that's the trick. The timer's the lie. How the bomb goes off is putting in the Konami code. Haha. See,
Ah,
shit, I just said that out loud.
clever, clever. Not really. He's giving himself away.
For legal purposes, that was a joke. This is a comedy podcast. We are not saying go bomb anyone or be a mass
Do not,
bomber. Do not
please,
go commit the murders.
please, FBI, do not kill. Thank you.
Waiting for that text. This is from my FBI agent. Shut the fuck up.
It's like, dude, shut up. You're gonna ruin it for both of us.
The CIA agent going, yeah, dude, what the fuck? We talked about this. Ah, damn it.
Chill, man, chill.
Uh, yeah. We're horrible people, but we're
It's
great
okay.
people. It's fine. We're
Yeah,
also
see,
dumb, so.
exactly. We're horrible people, but we're also great people, but
Mhm.
we're also horrible.
Oh yeah. So, okay. And like I said, we'll probably end up. There's going to be more conversations about gatekeeping because I guarantee you, more people are. When we get more people in here, we'll talk about it and be like, "What do you think about gatekeeping?" And see, like,
Mhm.
I want to know people's legitimate reason, like thought process going. Oh well, no, I don't think we should, or no, we should do it more. Well, why?
Yeah. I about to say I'm genuinely interested in other people's thoughts on the matter.
It's a very good, like, just quick talking point. Um, but yeah, so I know you didn't play, you didn't pick it up. I know Fluff picked it up, and I know you
Mhm.
watched Zaiku and Snow and I play this.
Yeah.
Uh Elden Ring Night Rain. So what are you thinking about that on that game from what you have seen? Because you haven't
From
played
what
it.
I've seen, it seems like it's an interesting concept. It's a Souls roguelike with battle with like I wouldn't say battle royale gameplay, but
Battle
I made
Royale
it
aspects with the closing
yeah,
zone.
yeah. It's a very interesting concept, and I would definitely love to see it get expanded with more classes, more maps later on. Bring in some gear, bring in some more bosses and gear from older Souls games. And just just don't bring back anything from Dark Souls 2 unless it's the Pursuer, because that's the only good fight in that game.
You're not wrong there. I wouldn't mind. Pursuer would be a good fight. Pursuer would really be a good fight. And
Mm.
I have not gotten to face him yet. I need to find the map that he can appear because I've been playing it and I'm still hunting down the Nameless King. I need to find what map he's on, what boss fights he can appear on, and what maps
Hmm.
he can appear on because I need a rematch against him. And I need to do it live on stream, and I need to be the only person doing that one to show everyone. Sorry, show everyone that
Yeah,
he's not that scary. He's a bitch. It's just the Nameless King.
he a bitch.
Literally showcase me going, yeah, it's just the Nameless King. Yeah, if you just stay here and you do this and do this, yeah, he's easy. And people watching me go, huh, huh, bam, 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 huh, bam, bam, and him dying. Everyone like, he's what, huh?
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out though. Orphan of Kos.
Oh, please. Oh, okay. If they give us a Bloodborne S class and they give us Orphan of Cause, I'm down for it. If you can parry him with a gun. If not, well, phase two Orphan of Cause is going to make people rage. People are going to hate that fight. And he's only got one life bar, but when you get him down to 50%, he's just going to go berserk and everyone's going to die. Okay. Meanwhile, if you fight him and you know what you're doing, you can literally parry, step back, swing twice, parry, step back, swing twice, and that's you just infinite him that way.
Yeah,
I know how to beat Orphan of Cause easy. I also know how to beat Orphan Cause without being cheap, but I'd rather not do that. If I can cheese him, I'm going to cheese him because he is a hell of a fight.
yeah. At the end of the day, it's still the Orphan of Kos.
There's a reason why he's in the top 10 hardest fights in video game history.
Mhm.
Nameless King just like gives everyone nightmares, and I don't know why. I think my first attempt against Nameless King, I think was like 17 tries. It might have been like 24, like 17 to 24. And it was like my first time playing Dark Souls 3 solo. Um Usually when Z and I do like co-op, we're getting him down under 10. And that's why like I'll even always say this. Like Elden Ring's pretty easy when it comes to Souls games because, well, me, the only two bosses that took more than 10 attempts solo were Millennia and Moog.
Mm. No, we're talking just base,
Base
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 Elden Ring,
base
right?
Elden Ring.
Okay.
DLC, I'm like, yeah, these guys are hitting so hard, I'm not gonna be able to solo them on my main character. So it's time for calling friends,
Mhm.
phoning a friend, or phoning in randos to come help me. Because yeah, a lot of them were not. That character was not built to solo. That character was built to not be anywhere near the boss while it uh Scarlet rotted everything
Yeah.
or ice breathed it. It was a dragon class. It had no health. It died.
Super squishy.
Don't worry, I'll do one of these days. I'll actually go through and do my my Belmont class. Run only whips.
Whips only.
Oh god, that's a great stream. Only whips.
I could see it now.
Come subscribe to my only whips.
Quick, sub to his only whips. You'll love it.
Only whips stream. Uh but no, it's a good game. It's difficult. I'm not gonna lie. They bumped up that difficulty in a good way because they're trying to force you into the circles. They're like, hey, here you go. Here's your first 15 minutes. Have fun. Hey, get here now. Here's your next 15 minutes. Okay, go fight the boss for night one. All
Yeah.
right, it's back open. You've got 30 minutes before your next big boss fight. So you need to get levels, you need to get gear, you need to get flasks, you need to see what you can find all over the place. They give you so many things to do. And then after you beat the first boss, Tricephalus, you can have weather events that can change the weather on Limveld, or change
Mm.
the entire like how Limveld looks. Like you can have right now I can have like rain and thunderstorms, or part of Limveld has sunken in and there's a big lava pit, and apparently later on you can have like the top of the frost giant mountain appear and you can go up there instead. So they gave options. Like it does change, and we are going to be getting more classes and more bosses throughout this year
Yeah.
for everything. So it's a good thing. And again, it's only $40. This is actually a good $40 game.
$40, and shockingly, the file size is pretty small from what I've
Mhm.
heard.
20 gigs. That's all it was 20 gigs. I'm like, oh,
To be fair, though, it is a much small. It is much smaller in scope compared to Elden Ring.
that is true. That is true. But it's still
With the
pretty.
way textures are nowadays,
Mhm.
especially games that have like 4K textures, that's pretty small.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, the other funny part is, it is still bigger than the Warzone map, and Call of Duty's over 100 gigs. So,
Yeah, well, Activision sucks at, well,
They
Activision
can't.
just
They
sucks.
can't.
I could just stop it there, honestly.
Not the good kind of suck. They use teeth. I mean, what?
I mean, what?
I gotta shut my mouth sometimes. I mean, it's okay. It's fine. I'm okay with that. But yeah, it's definitely. I highly recommend people if if it looks interesting to people. I would
Mhm.
suggest people picking it up if it looks interesting and they want to do it. The issue is it's still a Souls game, so in that aspect, and it's a Souls game, so you're gonna
I
die
will
a lot.
I will say this from what I've seen, if you're gonna pick it up, definitely make sure you have a group of friends that you can play it with because randos aren't very helpful.
I'm pretty sure this last weekend when I was streaming on Sunday specifically, I'm pretty sure one of my groups yelled out, "What are you two
Oh yeah,
fucking
you got
retards?"
you got super heated.
Oh yeah, I unless it's with friends, some
Yeah.
randos piss me off. But I
So
will also say I can get up to Tricephalus solo with Revenant, which is one of the squishiest characters next to Duchess.
yeah.
But you know, when you have two classes that can literally, if you're playing them right, murder something really quickly, they tend not to have a lot of health or defense or life in general. But
They die very quick.
yeah, but they did do a change. They did do an update. So if you're doing solo runs, you get one free revive during your night bosses. So your night one boss, your night two boss, you get one free revive, and then against the day three boss, you get
Mhm.
a revive as well. And if you're lucky, the shop will have an extra revive, so you can have up to two revives against the final boss for the day
Yeah.
solo run. So it's really nice that they're like, we'll make it a little bit easier for solo people to actually do stuff. Granted, it doesn't matter because I've literally watched someone level one solo the final boss of the game.
Already?
Yeah. No,
That's
God run. No, didn't get touched. So no hit level one solo.
y'all Souls fans are
They're a different breed, okay?
very.
I'm pretty sure the person I was watching is one of the like four people that have completed a god run. So not surprising there. And if
It
you
is
yeah, god runs are
wild.
I'll state this. If no one knows what a god run is, a god run is going through Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, uh Elden Ring, including the DLC, and now they'll probably add in Night Rain to this because they're sadomasochists. Um, without getting hit, being minimum level, so no hits, can't die because obviously no hits, and your
Mhm.
minimum level, which is level 1 for almost every game except for Bloodborne, which is level 4.
Mhm.
And you're speed running it, so you're doing it as quickly as possible.
Needless to say, if you were to get hit in late game, it's most likely going to be a
Yeah,
death
yeah, it's gonna
sentence.
be a death, and you're gonna be like, oh, time to restart. Oh yeah, and yeah, the hardest part about a God Run, you could be on Elden Ring, like this is it. I'm on my last game, blah blah, and a Soldier of Godwick hits you once, and you're like, shit, and then you're all the way back at the beginning.
Mhm. All the way back to the start of Demon Souls. Have fun, fucko.
Yeah, it's horrible. You're like, there's a reason why stipulation for me to ever do a God Run is somewhat high. I need
Can't
money.
I had to say can't blame you.
So, Again, Elden Ring was is been good. I will suggest it to everyone. Um, that wants to play it. Again, if you're not
Hmm.
a Souls fan, if you didn't like if you played Elden Ring, you're like, it's not bad, but it's definitely not for me. Don't don't pick up Night Rain because you're gonna have
Yeah.
the same feeling. Don't worry about wasting your money. Still a good game, but it I that I feel like part of the difficulty for Night Rain 2 is it is a roguelite. So, and those are typically kind of rough,
Yeah.
no matter who you are. So,
And add on the fact that it's a Souls like, yeah.
I don't know. Executioner is fun though. If you get parry timing down, there's nothing better. Being the samurai
Fair.
class and you just parry
Fair.
everything and you murder something. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're like, I can parry this. That's a kamehameha. I can parry it.
Man's just playing Sekiro at that point.
Yeah. Just parry.
Yeah, parry.
Parry. The parrying is
The
so
parrying.
good.
Hey, Siren.
Executioner is probably the one character from Night Rain that they do the meme of parry this filthy casual, and he actually parries it. It's like, oh, pulls out Deagle, parry this filthy casual, blam.
Oh man. But but yeah, from what since I haven't played it myself and I probably won't be getting it, from what I've seen, it does seem like a good very good game, very well put together. And a little bullshit at times from what I've seen, but you know.
Yeah, how many times, Siren, since you're here, how many times did you and Rio attempt uh tricephalus? Quite a few times, I know that for sure, but you guys were on that for a few days. I got mine day two, day one, day two of the game's release. At least 12 or so. Yeah. It I got mine, like I said. Yeah, I was there when you guys beat it, so still congrats on getting the clear on that one. Yeah, I beat mine day two, but I wasn't playing all day one, so I could have probably beaten it day one.
Mhm.
And then accidentally beat Augur first try. Like that was pure accident. I got in with one randos. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna run Revenant. We're gonna run this. We're gonna do this. Blah blah. Got to Augur. Every single one of us had dropped at least once. I used my all. Got to do the alt with Revenant. I'm like, that's kind of cool. And we beat Augur, and I'm like, oh, oops. I didn't think we were
Nope.
gonna beat this.
Just oops.
Fun encounter though. Yeah. Oh, you weren't on when he. Oh, I thought you were there, Siren. Yeah, Augur, I think is like probably the easiest, currently the easiest boss. But I also still feel like I got really lucky. Like I'm like, oh, I one shot that one. Interesting. I was just like, oh hey, it's almost a Bloodborne like boss. I'm gonna go fight it. It looks like a great old one. Let's see how and we beat it. Oh,
And it's gone.
and it's gone.
And it's gone.
So, so yeah, it's definitely a fun game. I highly, like I said, I'll state it 900 times. I highly recommend it for people who want to get it. You're not going to get it. I understand. I 100% understand.
Yeah.
Souls likes and roguelikes are not for everyone.
Like
It's
I enjoy roguelikes well enough, and I relatively enjoy um Souls games and Souls likes, but it's mostly to the extent where I have only ever finished one Souls like game, and that was Elden Ring. and I have no intention on going back to it. I have played multiple though. I've played Bloodborne, I've played Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, haven't played 3. Um I've played both Surge games. I've made it to the final boss in the Surge 1 and I don't remember how far I've made it in Surge 2. So yeah, I enjoy Souls likes well enough. It's just it's not a genre I'm really too,
It's not
too worried about.
it's not your forte.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say this, Siren, because yeah, there's times I missed doing runs with Rio because I've been helping my friend Zombie Pandemic. You guys might know her. She's awesome. She's playing Bloodborne for the first time. So she finally broke down and got a PS Plus subscription so I could join her. I've been helping her since the Shadow of Yarnum fight.
Mhm.
So, and I got her to get the DLC too. So we're going through the
Oh boy.
DLC, and I'm like, all right, cool. We're about to go fight probably one of the hardest bosses in this DLC. One of 3 hard bosses, and there's 5 bosses.
Mhm.
So this is gonna be fun. She's like, how hard is this boss? I'm like, oh, you'll see. We walked into Ludwig, and she got murdered. Yeah.
You gotta let me know how she reacts to Orphan of Kos.
Oh, I will. She loved the how Margot's wet nurse looked. She's like, "Oh, Margot's wet nurse, so cool." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a really good design." I'm like, "There's another design I think you'll really love, but it's not the creepy monster style because I really think she's gonna like Lady Maria
Mhm.
until she realizes that the doll is based off of Lady Maria, and the reason why there was an umbilical cord next to the doll is because Garen is a
A freak.
freaky person. And apparently dolls can get pregnant? Question
He's a
mark?
freak. A freak.
The Bloodborne aesthetic is amazing. Ludwig, I love that fight. Ludwig fight is probably one of my favorite fights in Bloodborne, even though it kicks my ass 90% of the time.
Mhm.
The other 10%, I'm like, I beat him. How did I do this? And it does not help. My build is not for Ludwig. Oh my god, my build getting murdered by him. Uh so yeah, Souls games are fun. Especially if you're a sadomasochist. Gascoigne is very much goated. I love Gascoigne.
He's a
Second
really
boss
good
fight.
introductory boss.
Technically, the introductory boss is Clark Beast, but you know,
A lot of people tend to miss that thing though.
he's really easy to miss,
Mhm.
even though it's like probably the easiest one to get to, and he is the
Mhm.
easiest boss. Father Gascoigne is amazing though, and then Orphan of Kaz. Or is it Kazum? Sorry, sorry. Also had to show Zombie how to cheat um, Menace or Mikolash, where you have to chase him and then you get him to the one point and I'm like, okay, hold on. Stay right here. Got those poison knives? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Throw 2. Okay, we just wait. What's happening? He's losing health. Don't worry. He's poisoned. Why don't we want to go down there and chase him in the room? Because he will murder us. He will murder
Uh,
us. Because he'll just do his little star cluster and we'll both be like, I'm Dod's dead. So
Remember, everybody, eyes on the brains, etc., etc.
making contact. Uh I think we can get into the next little topic. Actually, these next 2 topics roll into each other really well. Because we literally just had this come up and then the next part starts tomorrow. So let's get into state of play. Sony's State of Play, which again, people hated Sony's State of Play because reasons.
Look, I got another trailer
Because
for Digimon.
reasons. Because we're all on that copium.
Reasons.
Now,
Reasons.
I thoroughly actually enjoyed it. I think I liked it pretty well. It hit the right beats, especially with a small little indie company called Square Enix announcing something really cool.
This
Just
small indie dev.
yeah, a small indie dev. Bringing back a game, just a small game. You know, little tactics based RPG. Called Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evilist Chronicles.
Remember, small indie dev guys. Remember that.
Small indie dev. That actually, I'm not gonna lie, that was the highlight. Is seeing Square Enix and going, okay, cool. What are you doing, Square Enix? Me personally seeing they're going to announce Final Fantasy 9, and I'm not going to hear the end of it on X and everywhere. Final Fantasy 9's back. You guys just 90% of you like 9 because of Vivi, not because of the undertone of the story.
Mm-hmm.
The other 10% of you are hyped, and you're like, oh, I can't wait for this, and I can't wait to see them do this storyline and fix this, and I'm going to be like, okay, I appreciate you. I like you.
And then there's me. I didn't like Final Fantasy Tactics, so I was just kind of like, eh, it's neat, I guess.
I'm so stoked for Tactics. Tactics just had an amazing storyline. That's why. Tactics was so good, but I'm super excited for that, which now still begs the question, Square Trigger remake, please.
Good luck with that. Um, but yeah, for me, the highlight was, of course, Digimon.
Which looks really dark. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
It looks super
to
dark.
to be fair, the funny thing is, even though it wasn't super dark, Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, especially from what I remember, had some pretty dark moments. But the fact that Time Stranger looks like it's going to take a much darker turn makes me happy because it doesn't look like it's going to be. It doesn't look like it's going to be like trying to be grim dark like Survive did. Like, as far as I'm aware, we're not going to see Digimon eating people.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that, but we do know that something happens and the world gets destroyed by Digimon. So that's actually pretty holy. Like, oh, huh,
Mhm.
interesting. It looks like I think it's going to have the good dark undertone that you're like, okay, it's still Digimon, so it's not gonna be super dark, but
Yeah,
looks kind of dark. I
I'm
appreciate
excited.
them. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot to the point that I can't wait to see what uh comes about from it.
Hmm.
I really should like sit down and play through I don't think I ever beat Cyber Sleuth. And then I should get Survivor because I know it's pretty good for a
Uh,
Digimon game.
it's go into Survive not expecting a tactics RPG because it really isn't. It's more of a visual novel with some some battles. Like it, a lot of people say it's basically like it's basically like 75% visual novel, 15% strategy RPG.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going in to you'll be going into this expected to be expected to be mostly reading, no like actual gameplay. There are
Okay.
again, it does have gameplay. It's just
Not as much
that's just
as
not the majority of the game. The majority of the game is the visual novel aspect.
Got it. Got it. Good to know. Let's see. We got more stuff about Pragmata, which
Wait,
I
we
s-
did?
yeah, we
Did I
got
miss that?
yeah, Pragmata First Contact. So it will be coming out next year. We got a little bit of gameplay footage of it. Some voice acting. It looks a little more interesting. I don't know. I need more information about this because I'm still like, okay, so what? I'm still confused about this game, you know.
This is the only time you'll see me give blind faith to Capcom. Capcom, please. I need Pragmata. I need this game. Do not fail me.
Then we saw Romeo is a Dead Man, which is why am I forgetting his name? Guy who made oh my god, I forgot his games.
T-
Was it Suda 53?
Pseudo 51. Pseudo 51.
One. Yeah, Suda 51. It's one of his games.
Ooh.
So it's like I was watching watching it, I'm like, this looks like um a game I've seen before. I'm also forgetting his other game. He just released the third one like a few years ago.
No, no more heroes.
No More Heroes. Thank you. Jesus, my
Mm-hmm.
brain broke. So yeah, it looked like a lot of No More Heroes. It was like this is like this, huh? But yeah, it looks interesting for sure. Um, so we got that Pragmata, Bloodstained, the Scarlet Engagement, which looks interesting. It looks like it's got 2-player co-op mode, or you have a buddy system in it. I'm not quite sure.
I'd be
Um,
down for multi. I'd be down for a two-player game because that'd be a pretty fun
oh
playthrough
yeah,
with like a friend.
oh yeah, 100%. And then obviously tactics. We got more information about Baby Steps, which was announced like 4 years ago as well. That weird like walking simulator where you literally have to take every step and put like one foot in front of the other, like you're forcing your character to walk, and it's like I Am Bread, where it's freaking atrocious to do anything in the game.
Quap.
Yep. The other one that looked interesting to me was Hirogami, which was essentially an origami game where your character gets to turn into other origami animals like a armadillo, a gorilla, a frog, and you get certain powers like the armadillo rolls at high speeds, frog can jump high, gorilla can uh swing and pull on certain things.
Mhm.
Main character has its own normal combat abilities, and then you can just unfold and just turn it into a sheet of paper to float about. So it looks interesting. That one was like, all right. And then we also got more information on Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, which is the 2D like return to classic Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
So that one looks good. That's going to be a nightmare for people to play. People are going to hate that game. I guarantee it because it's Ninja
That
Gaiden.
that and the new Shinobi are making me very happy.
Yep. We also got Karen. I can't. It's a rock climbing game. Again, it's in that style of like I Am Bread. I don't think it's going to be as difficult, but it's difficult in the fact that you got to be careful about where you're climbing and how you're climbing because you'll
Mhm.
just fall. We got a more Kombat Legacy Collection, which is like classic Mortal Kombat games coming. I'm like, cool. I don't care.
Some people are actually wondering what games are going to be in that collection.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't think they gave us all of them. I think we know 1, 2, and 3.
We know 1, 2, 3, 4, the arcade, home console, and handheld ports of those. Um, I think it was confirmed by Sony themselves that we're also getting the GBA games, which
Oh, that's atrocious.
that's that's awful.
Why would you do
Um,
that?
because they like to watch people suffer, I guess. I don't know. There
Especially
are
with like also the Game Boy games. Why would you?
mm,
Bleh.
there there are rumors that we're also going to be getting the PS2 era games, like Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, Shaolin Monks. So I don't know. I'm not the biggest Mortal Kombat fan anymore. I used to be.
I loved Mortal Kombat for a while and then fell off, and then 9 came out. I'm like, oh, nine's amazing. 10 was amazing. 11 wasn't bad, but it was still pretty good. And then I didn't pick up one. So
To be fair, they killed off one so quickly it's not even funny.
it's been the normal time frame. It's been like 2 years.
Oh, really? Dude, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it just
Or
released like last year.
y- yeah, it came out like right after it came out between Street Fighter and Tekken.
For
It
to be
came out the
honest,
same year Street Fighter 6 dropped.
that's wild. I'm honestly not shocked I lost track of time with that because I stopped caring about it the moment I heard they were giving us fatalities that we had to pay for. I was like, "Yep, I'm done."
Yeah, that kind of killed it. That's kind of WB though. We can blame WB on that one.
True.
And then we got to see more footage for Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, Colonel,
Mm-hmm.
Big
Colonel
Boss, Big Boss,
Diver.
Guyver. uh,
Oh man, but yeah, MGS Delta looks fantastic.
I cannot wait.
I, I have aired my grievances about this game before, and I'll state it again. My only issue with Delta is that it's a strict one-to-one remake. So much so that they're actually using the audio files from the PS2 game for this remake. So it's going to be a little jarring because some of the voices are going to be pretty low quality, but
Hmm.
it sounds like they may have like
They may have
cleaned them up a bit,
pulled the audio and cleaned it up for everything.
but Snake versus Monkey is back.
Yep.
For those that don't know, Snake versus Monkey was an Ape Escape mini game that was only in the PS2 version of Metal Gear Solid 3. And we're talking the base Metal Gear Solid 3. The re-release that the enhanced re-release that happened
On the
shortly
PS3.
after, yeah, that didn't have it.
Yep.
And it looks amazing. Um they did hint that the it looks like the Xbox version of Delta is going to have its own mini game that it looks like it's going to have to do with Bomberman,
That'd be cool.
but I still know nothing about that other than the fact that it was teased with the silhouette of Bomberman. So,
Yeah. I'm excited for this one. I reluctantly put my hate for Konami to the side when they gave us the remaster of Suikoden 1 and 2, and
mhm.
with Delta being announced. And then, of course, we're going to get to another game that they announced here in a little bit. But this one looks good. It looks good. For 1-to-1, I can't wait for it because 3 was really good.
Three's my favorite Metal Gear.
It's such a good one. Um, so I'm excited. Hopefully they don't butcher it too much on certain things, but you know,
Ooh. Um, right at the end of the trailer, for anyone that's seen it, am I wrong, or does it look like they're bringing Metal Gear Online back?
it looks like it.
I'm hyped.
I am too. So the next thing, this actually kind of caught me off guard. I was surprised about this. Neo 3. We're going to begin a new Neo game. And I'm actually
Ooh.
really kind of like, oh, Neo was amazing. Neo 2 was I still have yet to beat Neo 2. Neo 2 is taking me forever to beat just because it's like, ugh, there's so many
Mhm.
missions. Neo 3 looks really good. I haven't played the demo yet, so and the demo's out, even though the game doesn't come out till next year. But they gave us a demo, so should
Yeah.
probably play it. Um, but apparently it's pretty good and the maps it's still level selects, but they're more open world like how Wulong was and how Rise of the Ronins world was, how it's open. You can kind of traverse a lot of it pretty easily. There's no like narrow corridors and like small little rooms where you're fighting enemies. It's just like open areas, which is I think is a really good thing. It's also a bad thing in the aspect of cool, it's an open area, and then an archer or cannon shoots you, and then you're like,
Yeah. From off screen.
yeah, like I hate my life because there's Hulao Gate in Wulong that pissed me off because you be running, you're like, okay, I'm gonna fight this guy, and then out of nowhere, some sniper with a ballista shoots you, and you're like, dude, I'm just trying to kill your friend down here. Stop.
It's like, well, guess I'll just die.
Not to mention
But
that one had it's Hulao Gate, so your boss for that was freaking Lubu.
fucking Lubu.
He spends 90% of that fight on his freaking horse. You're like, dude, get off your
Dude,
horse.
any game that he's in upsets me.
It's Lubu.
Oh man, you know what we need? We need another Dynasty Warriors with the awful voice acting.
We do. We do need that one. I mean, we did go Origins, and Origins was good. I just don't like that Origins ended right before like the big, huge fights of the Three Kingdoms. It ends at Chibi. So
Oh, oh, don't worry, we'll probably get DLC.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for them to announce something for that. I'm like, please. Come on, W Force, give me something. I've been waiting for a good Dynasty Warriors game for a while, and you finally gave it to me, and then you're like, we're just gonna end it here. I'm like, I want to
Hmm.
do all the other fun fights. Let me fight the
Mayhaps.
mayhaps. Let me fight the Southern Tribe. Let me deal with all this. Let me get to the point where like Cao Cao dies and Liu Bei dies. All the deaths, all the sad deaths start happening.
Hmm.
Um, PlayStation announced that they have their was this Project Defiant wireless fight stick, so they're coming out with their actual own arcade stick finally.
Wait, really?
Yeah, is a
Hmm.
wireless arcade stick. This is the first party arcade stick. I'm like, no, that's not true. And then I'm thinking about like, no, the PS1 one was a Mad Catz one, but just looked like a
Hmm.
PlayStation. It was licensed by Sony, but was never produced by Sony. So this is
Yeah,
actually the first Sony produced uh fight stick.
which is wild to me that it took this long for them to do that.
5 console generations? Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Hell, Sega did it. Well, Sega's fight stick. Sega had two fight sticks. They had their fights. They had an officially licensed fight stick, which I don't think they produced, and then they had their weird 6 button controller that they made specifically for Fatal Fury,
Hmm.
which I probably still have somewhere. I just gotta find it. It's weird because it's like you hold it like here's the D-pad, and then the buttons are like this. So you're holding it like this.
Man,
It's weird.
remember needing to press start in Street Fighter to switch on the 3 button controller to switch from punches to kicks.
Yes.
Man, Sega. I
Ah,
mean, to be fair, the Super Nintendo versions weren't much better. You had You had the 4 face buttons,
And
so,
then
you
you had
know,
to use all in art. Like you had all
mm,
6 buttons, so it was a lot better, but
still wasn't
it
perfect.
wasn't perfect. The input delay on Nintendo versus Sega, the input delay on Nintendo is way worse than
Mm.
Sega's. The quality between them was depending on how you looked at it. Sound quality still always went to Nintendo. I think Nintendo had a really good sound
I would
quality chip.
say when it came to third-party games, as a general rule, like 9 times out of 10, a third-party game would be superior on the Super Nintendo because it would look better, sound better, and run better. That being said, Sega the Genesis had the superior Aladdin.
Yeah, and the harder one, and
Mhm.
the superior and harder Lion King, which
Mhm.
is on my shelf over here. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the Lion King.
I loved having the sword in Aladdin, which the Super Nintendo version didn't have.
Yep.
Um, well, of course, we all know Mortal Kombat with the blood code, but again, the sound and the sound and the graphics kinda
Well,
ruined it.
yeah,
Like, I think I would have rather dealt with the no gore on the Super Nintendo version if it meant playing a better sounding and looking game.
I
But
agree.
then Mortal Kombat 2 came around and it was like, "Yeah, just have the blood, I don't care anymore."
Yeah, they definitely were like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care, just do it.
Yep. Let's see. So we'll go through a few more. So we got VR game, Legacy of or Thief, Legacy of Shadow. We had Tides of Tomorrow, Sea of Remnants, which those games I didn't really care for. Also, Sword of the Sea, which I didn't see anything on this. Um, so that's the one I didn't see. Oh, but it's done by that one game studio, the people who did like Journey and Booze and
Yeah.
um. Then we got to see 007 First Light,
Oh,
which
dude.
looks interesting for sure.
The fact that you brought that up, this is a fun fact for anybody that doesn't know. In the books, Bond has a scar, and it's like a signature scar on his cheek. This is the first time we're gonna see a Bond. To my knowledge, this is the first time we're seeing a Bond outside of the books that has that scar. They are paying very close attention to detail from the source material, and
Hmm.
I am cautiously optimistic.
Same. Also, fun fact: did you know a little this fun tidbit about 007? That 007 was pretty much based off of Christopher Lee.
Mhm.
If you didn't know, now you know, because
The
Christopher
more
Lee
you know.
was friends with the author who made 007, and James Bond is based off of Christopher Lee during his time in the British Air Force because of some of the stuff he did. I don't think
Like,
I still think like most of what he did during World War II is still classified by Britain.
mhm.
He's
It's
also the only man that sat there and looked at Peter Jackson when Peter Jackson's like, "Okay, well, you're gonna get stabbed in the back," and you're gonna be like, "Oh," and he's like, "That's not what a man sounds like when you stab them in the back." Well, how would you know? Because I've done that. Okay,
a
you just take the scene.
a fun a fun little tidbit about Christopher Lee. Fluff met him at a con once, and from what she told me, he was the kindest man that she's probably ever met, and God, I'm sad that he's gone.
I'm sad that he's gone, and that makes sense because he probably has like a few hundred kills under his belt. So those are
Mm,
always the nicest people. The ones that can kill you, usually the nicest ones. Just saying.
yeah.
The ones who puff up their chest like, I could kick your ass. Yeah, maybe. I sit there and I'll state that because I'm making fun of things. There are certain people that I'm like, no, I'll throw hands. You'll lose. I didn't say I'm going to win that fight. I'm just going to throw hands. I didn't say I was winning. I'm just saying what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like a certain person that I didn't mention at the beginning of this episode. Because I just don't need that. We don't need that that negativity in our life of him and
Yeah.
his crew. We also got a teaser for Ghost of Yotai. And that teaser was just showing the main character and her going, "You're still following me." Shows a wolf, and then they state in July we're going to get a gameplay trailer. So that's on my list. That's definitely a hot topic.
Hmm.
And then the other thing that I can't be mad about Konami about is we finally got more information and a release date for Silent Hill F or Silent Hill Forte.
Yeah. Dude, I'm excited for that.
That one's gonna be so
It's
good.
it's it's a bit strange to me to have a Silent Hill game that doesn't take place in Silent Hill. But I mean, it's not unheard of either, because I
No,
think was it Book of Memories?
Book of Memories. Even the room didn't take place in Silent Hill, but everyone had been around Silent Hill at one point in
Yeah,
time.
but I'm excited. I do. I am genuinely interested in seeing where it goes and how it's going to tie into Silent Hill, because you know that at the very least you at the very least you're gonna end up taking a trip to Silent Hill, whether it be through just some trippy um paranormal shenanigans, or you actually legitimately do somehow manage to get to Silent Hill, but you know somehow they're gonna get there.
Oh yeah, Silent Hill is gonna be a massive part about that game for sure. Um, so going into the last little bit, so tomorrow is gonna be the big day. Tomorrow starts Summer Game Fest.
Mhm.
So if no one understands this June, this is usually when E3 takes place. E3 actually usually takes place in the second week of
Rest
June.
in peace, E3.
Yeah, that's never coming back. Um, but it usually started. All the companies would start doing stuff today, Thursday, and
Hmm.
then Friday, Saturday are like all the lead ups, and then Sunday was day one or day zero, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was the rest of Game Fest, which is where a lot of the bigger announcements came.
Yeah.
So they say part one on this, but they haven't released a part two or round two for this. But this is the 2025 partners for Summer Games Fest. 1047 games. I don't know what they've done. 2K, we're gonna get more Borderlands for information. I
Yeah.
don't really care.
Same.
505 games, which is
Weren't they sport people, or am I thinking of something else?
505. I think they're sports, right? Hold on, I'm actually gonna.
I might be thinking of a different
No, 505 games is um like Ghost Runner,
Oh.
Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, Bloodstained, Scarlet Engagement. That's who they are.
Oh, okay.
So that's what, and they help produce things like they help put Death Stranding on Steam.
We're probably gonna get Bloodstained info then.
Yeah. Um Amazing Season, which is Mecha Break.
Mhm.
Release date, please. Like before July release date, please. Please. They already so they've stated that When the game launches, you'll be able to skip the tutorial.
Mhm.
Um, the 3v3 mode and the free reign mode for Mosh is going to be available. You can change your character's face for free. So they announced that they're going to give us a lot more when the game launches. So I'm actually more excited. Let's see. So Amazon Games, Annapurna, Atari. That's a weird name to see. What's the last time Atari made something?
Atari 50. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
that's it. Being completely honest, that's probably the last thing I've seen them make.
Yep. Bamco, Bandai Namco. Bellring, Bloomhouse Games, which means the horror games are probably getting closer. So some of those looked really interesting because they were doing 6 different horror games in 6 different styles.
Yeah,
So those all look great. Capcom, we're gonna get more things. I'm saying this now. RE9. We're gonna get RE9 announcement this year. I feel like we
I
are.
I don't think we're going to. I think their big announcement for this is going to be the new title 2 update trailer. Title update 2 trailer for Wilds.
I don't think that's
I don't
gonna
think they're
be.
going to have anything really big this year to show off outside of maybe some more pragmata stuff that they didn't show off during the PlayStation thing.
I feel like they're gonna have because I mean they've got a couple other things they could showcase some more Onimusha too.
Yeah,
Onimusha Way of the Sword. But
Okami.
Okami, they could give a. They're probably going to give us an update on Okami. I have no doubt, but it probably might not be any video stuff. But I feel like we're going to get like RE9, or we're going to get. I feel like we're going to get something big from Capcom. I'm hoping RE9. I'd be pleasantly surprised if we got a Blue Bomber game, like a brand new, real Blue Bomber game. Insane,
Uh,
insane,
what
Capcom.
Mega was Mega Man 11 not good enough?
No, I want like a real Mega Man game, not like a we're using fans who've made a game into a game. No, I want like a full on like Legends 3
You know, I'd be fine with
or
saying finally give us Star Force 4, you cowards.
hell. You know what I'd be down for? Remake of
What would you
Mega
be down
Man
for?
Command Mission.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
I'm just saying, Capcom, you gotta give us Mega Man. He needs love. Okay? Miss our Blue Bomber. You can give us Zero. You can give us a
Make it
new
happen.
ZX game. I would love a new
Make it
ZX
happen,
game.
Capcom.
CD Project Red, we're probably going to get more stuff on Witcher 2 or Witcher 4, not Witcher 2. Witcher 4.
Yep.
We're not going to get anything on Cyberpunk 2. Cyberpunk 2 just went into pre-production like 3 weeks ago. So, we're not going to get anything on that. Don't ask for it.
Yeah.
Coffee Stain, I don't know what they did. Day of the Devs, I don't remember what they do. Digital Devolver will be there, or Devolver Digital. Um, I can't think of anything that they're coming out. I don't know that symbol. Otemu will be there. Dreamhaven, Embark, Enhance. Epic Games will be out there. Fortnite stuff.
Yeah.
Focus Entertainment. Um, I want to say Focus Entertainment might be giving us. I don't know what they're going to give us, but it's probably going to be DLC or something updated for Warhammer 2. Frontier, Funcom, I am 8-bit, IOI, Kakoa Games, Kinetic Games, Kodo Games, which is Weather and Waves.
Yeah.
Uh, Level Infinite. Can't even think of anything they did. MTG will be out there. So Wizards of the Coast will have a Magic the Gathering partnership out there.
Hmm.
Megabit, MetaQuest will be out there. Mundafish, I don't even. That's indie. NC Soft will be out there. Where are they going to be announcing? What are they got going on right now?
Beats me.
Like the only thing I get from NC Soft is like the new Blade Soul remaster game that they did. I'm like,
Hmm.
guys, I'm not gonna submit myself to that torture. Um, next, NeoWiz, Nexon's gonna be out there. Niantic, Switch 2 is gonna be stuff that's coming out for the Switch 2, or Nintendo stuff's coming out
Yeah,
for the Switch 2 since that literally came out today. Congrats to anyone who got their Switch 2. I didn't
I sure
because
did.
I
I'm about to say I sure
didn't
didn't.
buy one. Um,
Let's say I'm not buying one until at the very least next year.
I'm waiting till Prime 4 is out and then I'll go buy one. So
Fair.
I've got a few months still. Let's see, Newverse, Pearl Abyss. So their new game, I can't remember, but it's based off of the Black Desert World. I can't remember what that one's called.
Hmm.
Playside, Stack. I have no clue what those two have ever done. PlayStation, there's going to be more PlayStation announcements. No, it won't be Bloodborne. I still want a Bloodborne anything. Please.
Maybe maybe we'll get lucky and
The anime.
they'll announce that anime there. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be nice. I'll be okay with that. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be down to see the anime.
Let's see. PM Studios. I don't know that symbol. Razer. Sega. Sega's the other really big one that I'm like, this could be anything. But you know what it needs to be?
Skies of Arcadia.
Crazy Taxi. But I'd be okay with Skies of Arcadia too. I need information on this Crazy Taxi game, okay? I'm dying
You know
here.
what? Fair. Fair. I'd be down for some Crazy Taxi.
I need to sit there and get on that game and then immediately get copyright struck because freaking Offspring's blaring in the game. And I'm not
Right?
going to care. I need it. And we're supposed to get a new Jet Set Radio too.
Jet Set Radio.
Come on, Sega. I need information on both of these things. More for
I
Crazy
just
Taxi, but
I just want a Skies of Arcadia remake. That's all. I'll be so happy if we get a Skies of Arcadia remake.
funny part is I think most Skies of Arcadia fans are like, I love it, but it's not happening. Meanwhile, us Bloodborne fans, oh, Bloodborne,
Come on, give it to us, Sony.
never gonna happen. We're
It's
gonna,
okay.
gonna happen.
It's okay. It'll happen maybe eventually, like on PS6.
My theory is still extending that we're not going to get it till PS6, so that's my theory.
Yeah.
But Soft Rains, I have no clue what they're doing. The other one, this is the confusing one because I have no clue. There's like one thing that comes to my mind what's going to be dropped. That's Square Enix. There's only one thing my mind goes to. And if any of you say Final Fantasy 9, you're banned.
Star Ocean.
No.
Ah, I'd be fine with
Whatever
another Star
Final
Ocean.
Fantasy 7 Game 3 is called.
Oh yeah,
Remake
yeah, yeah,
Part
yeah.
3. I don't expect it to be, it's going to be a teaser like a teaser with the announcement of the name. That's
Yeah.
as far as I can think that's what they're going to do. What I would love, Square Enix to do and announce is Chrono Trigger remake,
Mhm.
the third game in the Chrono Trigger series, because it's Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, and then whatever the third game was going to be called. That
Radical Dreamers. Technically, we got that. It was a
no, it was
visual novel.
it was Chrono something,
Chrono Break.
Chrono Break. Um, or hear me out, Square. Just hear me out. Um, we need a really cool, strong female lead game, and you have this game that you could really like give us a new version, not have Nomura touch it because he's a perv. I don't know. Give us a Parasite Eve remake.
Oh, I'd be down for a Parasite Eve remake.
Mm-hmm. I would love a Parasite Eve remake. Don't even make an RPG. Give us a go and be like, we're partnering with Capcom to make Parasite Eve remake and make it a horror game like that.
Yeah,
Oh, I would love that. Oh, some of those fights would be I'd be scared shitless, but I would love it.
I'd be down for a Parasite Eve remake. I really would.
I would too. I'm just saying, you've got some games that we really would like. Where
Yeah, Square.
so here's the other random off one that I think we might be hearing. Like Star Ocean is a good thing that could possibly come up. That's a lot more plausible, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna cater to the Enix fans over here. Dragon Quest 12
Yeah. It was teased a while back, so I'd say we're due for
or
actual information on
mm-hmm.
it.
So maybe Dragon Quest 12. But if they're going to give us any remakes, that's what I'm going to say is 7, part 3 of
Yeah.
7 remake, and then my offshoot. They're not going to happen, but Parasite Eve or or Chrono Trigger remake, I'd be happy. If 9 gets announced, then I'm going to I'm going to riot because we need 8 before we get 9. Sorry, 8 still is sold more and is talked about more in higher light
Yeah.
than 9. Sorry.
Ugh.
9 fans are just louder. I'm not gonna lie about that. 9 fans are a lot
Poor
louder.
Poor Siren. He loves 9.
I know Siren does. I'm just kind of poking Siren. I know Siren's that 10%. Actually is I know 9. I can tell you this, I can tell you that. I can break it down for you. It'd be like, cool. You I don't have an issue with. It's the 90% of the fans are like, I love 9. Cool. Name a character other than
Vivi or
Vivi,
Zidane.
Zidane, and Garnett. Uh, what's the Dragoon lady's name? What
Freya.
Dragoon? You know it. A lot of them are like, who? Oh, real funny thing. Apparently, Square Enix really likes Ben Starr
Yeah.
because Ben Starr is going to be playing Ramza's father in the Tactics remaster.
Which makes sense. He did such from what I've seen, he did such a good job as Clive.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Vivi's an amazing character. That's why I tell people you can't name Vivi because Vivi's actually a really good character in 9. Really weird thing. Most of the 9 characters don't have a closure or a really good closure to their character story arc. Vivi has an amazing one. And I don't count Zidane or Garnett because their character story arcs are intertwined with each other.
Yeah.
So. See, Siren's proved my point that he's that 10%. He's actually able hey, this character and this character. I'm like, yep, see, you're a good fan. You're a good fan.
Yeah,
I
Siren's a really good.
yeah.
Siren is a good fan of.
I will always say I like 8 is like 80-20 when it comes to like people that love 8 because they actually love 8, and then people that just love 8 because
Mm-hmm.
they want to. And then 7's about the same as 9. It's about 90-10. And that's me being generous because there's a lot of just fangirls for Sephiroth and Cloud. Or
Yeah,
Cloudroth?
Cloth Roth.
Cloud or Cloud?
Cloth.
Cloth? Cloud X Sephiroth? Listen,
Oh God.
there's too many ships of those two. I think there's
Mm,
more ships of those two than Tifa and Cloud, which is the real romance, and Aerith and Cloud, which is not
fake.
necessarily a bad romance, but wasn't what's supposed to be. But I digress. Um, so yeah. And Renault is a horror Nate, but that's besides the point. Uh, sorry, I'm mean about Renault. I don't like Renault. Like one of my least favorite romances ever. Squall had so many better choices, like his teacher Quistis, or his other school friend. Uh, God, why did I forget her? Sophie.
Now
Yeah,
we all know that it's actually Squall and Omega Weapon. That's the best ship.
but well, like what? Why doesn't Squall get his rival ship, man? Okay,
Yeah,
Cipher Squall. What?
yeah, man.
Can't you can't mash your names together because they both end
Y-
with or start with S?
It's
Besides,
very dangerous.
Cipher had the better gun and blade, anyways. Who would walk
Hmm.
around with a fucking revolver? Come on, Mags. We all know that's better. Except for when that gun jams and blows up in your
Yep.
face. Oh shit, my gun jammed. Hold on. Click.
Well, fuck.
Uh all right, anyways. Then we have Steam, Supermassive Games, Techland, Xbox, which I don't care. Whatever Xbox is putting out is going to go on Steam and soon PlayStation. So you're just a game dev studio that just so happens to put out a console.
Hmm.
Exola and Yacht Club Games. So
Ooh. That means Shovel Knight has a chance to be there.
Shovel
Or
Knight 2.
actually, it's either gonna be that or Mina the Hollower.
Ooh, that's
That's
another.
their
Yeah,
that's Yacht Club's new game, right?
I think so. So we've got some like they've got a lot of partners. I can't really wait to see.
Hmm.
I love how people are. Sorry, it just goes out and people are talking about State of Play was a bust and not seeing RE9. I'm like, RE9's not gonna be shown at PlayStation.
Yeah, nah.
Like, Capcom has a good relation with Sony, but it's not gonna be. They're going to save that for main stage stuff. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Summer Games Fest is going to have a lot of interesting things. Can't wait to see really what all we get from it.
Yeah, I'm interested.
And there's gonna be, like I said, there's just definitely gonna be some really good games overall. I think get announced. And we'll probably get something with Mech Break. That's
Hmm.
my big takeaway. We're gonna get Mech Break information. Hopefully a release date. I really need a release date for that game. You guys will never see me not on that game. Or be like, hey, you want to play this? Nope, sorry, I'm grinding rank. Sorry, I'm poning noobs
Sorry,
here.
let's say sorry. Mecha Break.
Mecha Break. Okay, how are you doing, Mecha Break?
Yeah, Mecha Break.
Okay, are you okay, Mecha Break?
Mecha Break.
Okay, Mech.
Mech.
Are you okay? Break.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's
He's
turned
got
into a Pokemon.
he's got Mecha Break on the brain.
Like, yeah, that game's so fun. God
Mhm.
damn, shut the fuck up, here. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be rough because I know it's gonna get announced, and I'm gonna be playing it, and then it's gonna be like it's raid time. But Mecha
Man's
Break.
fiending.
I need my I need my I need my Mecha Break.
He needs his Mecha Break, guys.
Looks like that person looking for a looking score. Hey, you got any of that Mecha Break?
Y'all got any of them Mecha Breaks?
Hey, that Mecha Break there? I have too much respect, and yeah, definitely a good game. Definitely not a game for people who don't like PvP based games. But I also
Mm-mm.
am a person that I'm like, I can bitch about my teammates in that one and still be like, I'm still doing well, so I can say I'm carrying our team, and
Yeah.
like it's true, like 50% of the time. There are some teams that I'm like, I'm getting carried by this team. Not gonna even lie about that. Oh, here's the tweet. So yeah, we'll have 12 mechs at launch, skippable tutorial. Um, we'll have custom rooms, customization, Ace Arena, and Moshmok free for all unlocked right at the beginning. And at
Mhm.
any time you can modify your pilot's look at any time with no cost. You don't have to pay any of the premium currencies or anything like that to change your character's look. So if
Yeah.
you get an outfit and you're like, oh, that's cool, but my face and my hair don't match, you can just go and customize and be like, there we go. Now I look like a boss or whatever you want to say. Um, we all know I'm not going to play a male character in that game, okay? Let's jiggle physics. There we go.
Jiggle. You gotta get them jiggles.
We're gonna get more weapons and gliders for their. The funny part is Moshmok is like an extraction mode, but it's a fun
Yeah.
extraction mode. So because you can just extract, like you can get some stuff and be like, I don't know if the next encounter I'm going to survive, so I'm going to take these items that I really want to get out. I'm going to send them back. So now I'm guaranteed to have those. So if I die, it's fine.
Yeah.
Um. Oh. So they're so mods are only going to be in Moshmok. Oh, that's cool. So mods, your mechs mods will not carry over into the 6v6 or the 3v3 like PvP modes. So
Mhm.
your mechs mods will only be for the PvPvE area, but the actual 6v6 and the 3v3, you cannot have mods. They're like you can have your mods equipped, but they do nothing for you. I like that because now you don't have that like random RNG thing.
Yeah.
So, and that gets announced. Something's coming tomorrow from them during Summer Games Fest, and then they're going to have a dev breakdown on June 9th. So I am like, I know I'm not gyrating right now, but you don't see it. I'm actually
Yeah.
gyrating so fast, I'm the Flash. I've already ran up and down the stairs like 90 times. You just haven't seen it. Okay.
Man's tweaking for his Mecha Break.
I am. was like excited when that game got announced. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Can't wait for this. And then I got into one of the betas. I'm like, I love this game. It was like,
Right.
and then I got into a closed beta. I can't talk much. Well, I can talk about it because the second open beta that we got was everything that was in the closed beta. So, like,
Hmm.
that game is it's a mecha game. It's a mech game that it has longevity in it potentially. I think it'll last.
Gotta give me some big robots, man.
Mm-hmm. And if I need eye candy, I'll just go play Stellar Blade June 11th. I'm not lying. I'm going to be playing that on stream. I'm going to
Hmm.
do the unmodded version because the modded
You,
version's for personal time.
you can't have fun on stream. Might get in trouble.
It'll, can't have Eve running around in a G string, you know. I don't know. Maybe you can test that out. Play Dead or Alive beach volleyball
Right.
with all their very risque outfits. There's some that you're like, that's not a swimsuit. That's just slightly covering the private parts.
Right.
By slightly, I mean it covers the nips, and then I don't think those bottoms should be covering really anything. This, why do you have gyms for nipples? Because that's that's the
Don't
that's the
ask me.
outfit. Swear. But yeah, I think that's about it. We'll get more stuff in it. Hopefully next week it'll be all three of us. You got
Hmm.
anything else that you want to say about Summer
Uh,
Games Fest or anything like that?
honestly, I'm kind of hoping. Honestly, I am kind of hoping for the Monster Hunter news because I do want to see. We know Legiacris is coming back. I just want to know who else.
I'm not going to lie. I have no doubt we're going to get that. I think that is on the docket. I feel like we're going to get something bigger announced.
Yeah,
Not saying that Monster Hunter is not big. I'm just saying an update versus a new game. I expect a new game announcement, but I have no doubt we're going to get Monster Hunter news.
yeah. I think we might get some. We might get actual Pragmata news outside of what we got with the PlayStation thing,
Maybe an
which would be
actual
nice.
gameplay trailer. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
I think actually I will even say this. I'll even put stuff in the Discord, but I think next week will be pretty much just talking about and making fun and joking and having fun about Summer Games Fest and just posting up videos so everyone can see.
Mm-hmm.
That way everyone has a talking point and can go with it. But if you don't have anything, I think we can call it here for this episode.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, a little over 2 hours. I've got to cut some, but it's fine because
Dude.
mess ups. Um, so all right, cool. Well, thank you all for joining us on another episode of UnNerded. My name is
Mhm.
Kit, one of the hosts, and I was joined by a Provo. Oh, I actually
Thank y'all
pointed in
for
the
stopping
right
by.
direction. Wow, I'm good about that. I pointed in the right direction.
He's getting better at this.
Don't worry, next week I'll be like, huh, huh. Thanks, Seeker. But yeah, we will see you all in the next one. Of course, until next time, everyone, take care.
Bye bye.